How does the most powerful empire in history collapse? Rome ruled for centuries. It conquered continents. It seemed unstoppable. So what went wrong? To understand the fall of Rome, we first have to understand how it became so powerful. Part 1. A small city that refused to stay small. Rome did not begin as an empire. It began as a small city along the Tiber River in Italy. Surrounded by rival tribes and stronger neighbors, Rome survived through discipline and constant warfare. From early on, Roman society was built around military service, strict laws, and loyalty to the state. Unlike many ancient powers, Rome did not simply destroy its enemies, it absorbed them. Conquered people were sometimes granted citizenship, allowed to trade, and even serve in the Roman army. This strategy strengthened Rome instead of exhausting it. War after war, Rome expanded first across Italy, then against Carthage in the Punic Wars, and eventually across the Mediterranean. What started as a city became a republic controlling vast territories. Rome did not grow by accident. It grew because it was organized, relentless, and patient. Part 2. From Republic to Empire. As Rome expanded, wealth poured in. Gold, slaves, land, and resources flooded the capital, but expansion brought problems. Powerful generals began gaining more loyalty from their soldiers than the government did. Civil wars followed. One of those generals was Julius Caesar. After defeating his rivals, he declared himself dictator for life. His assassination shocked Rome, but it did not restore the old system. Instead, it led to more conflict. Eventually, Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, became Rome's first emperor. The Roman Republic was gone. The Roman Empire had begun. Under emperors like Augustus, Trajan, and Marcus Aurelius, Rome reached its peak. It controlled most of Europe and North Africa and parts of the Middle East. Roman roads connected cities. Aqueducts carried water across miles. Trade flourished. The army stood unmatched. At its height, Rome seemed eternal. Part 3. Cracks beneath the surface. But power creates pressure. As the empire grew larger, it became harder to control. Emperors rose and fell quickly. Some were wise leaders, others were corrupt, unstable, or cruel. Assassinations became common. Armies sometimes chose their own emperors. The economy began to weaken. Heavy taxes burdened citizens. Inflation rose. Slavery reduced the need for innovation. Political instability made long-term planning nearly impossible. Rome still looked strong from the outside, but inside loyalty weakened. Corruption spread. Trust in leadership declined. The empire was no longer united by shared purpose, it was held together by force. Part 4. Pressure from the borders. While Rome struggled internally, threats gathered at its borders. Germanic tribes pushed against Roman territory. The empire had grown so vast that defending it required enormous military resources. Eventually, Rome began hiring foreign mercenaries to fill its ranks, soldiers who were loyal to pay, not to Rome itself. Then came the Huns from the east, driving other tribes into Roman lands. Entire populations migrated toward the empire's borders. Rome could no longer respond with the same discipline and strength it once had. Armies were overstretched. Leadership was divided. The empire was split into eastern and western halves in an attempt to manage the crisis. The eastern half grew stronger, the western half grew weaker. Part 5. The Fall. In 476 AD, a Germanic leader named Odoacer removed the last Western Roman emperor from power. There was no massive final battle that destroyed Rome in flames. There was no single dramatic ending. The Western Roman Empire simply stopped. Its cities declined. Its army dissolved. Its authority vanished. The Eastern Roman Empire, later called the Byzantine Empire, would survive for another 1,000 years. But the Rome that once ruled the Mediterranean was gone. Rome did not fall because of one enemy. It fell because it changed. An empire built on discipline, unity, and strength slowly became divided, unstable, and overextended. And when pressure finally came, it could no longer hold. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.